Tintin the Squirrel never let Deacon out of his sight. Every morning they'd go for a walk together. Then Tintin would help him cook breakfast. And he could spend hours just getting a little massage. Tintin followed Deacon around like a puppy. But their story could have ended before it began. When Deacon first found Tintin, no one thought he would make it. Tintin fell from a tree near Deacon's house. He was just a baby and badly injured his chest. Deacon couldn't just leave him there, so he decided to help. He took Tintin home and nursed him back to health. When Tintin got better, Deacon tried to release him into the wild. But something amazing happened. Tintin came right back home. After the day, they became inseparable. Tintin loved cuddling and getting scratches. He would ride on Deacon's shoulder all the time. And they would even sleep together. Sometime later, Tintin found a new friend, a cat named Tiger. Tiger was always on guard to protect him. They would climb trees together, and people watching, it was their favorite. Sadly, it couldn't last forever. Tiger passed away. Tintin couldn't believe he would never see him again.
I'm going to the apple tree.
So Deacon made a little statue of him so Tintin could visit his old friend.
Hi. Good morning, buddy.
After 10 years with Deacon, Tintin joined Tiger. Even though it makes Deacon sad, he cherishes every moment they spent together. He always called Tintin his son. And Deacon couldn't be more grateful for the love Tintin gave him.
You're such a goober. He's probably around 1,800 pounds, but he is just a gentle giant. Come here, buddy. When I go outside, Hank just comes running and will lay down in my lap and everything, like he's just a big puppy dog. And then starts closing his eyes and just really relaxes. You're so gentle, Hank. Looking at Hank, people don't believe that all he wants is cuddles, because he wasn't always as friendly as he is now. Hank actually kind of came into my life on accident. I was doing a lot of rescue, and so I went to go get a load of horses, and Hank just so happened to be there. He was only about 3 months old, so my friends talked me into bringing him home. He was taken away from his mom too early, so he kind of did go downhill a little bit. We had a vet take a look at him, and he was very standoffish.
What's wrong?
He was like thrashing in my trailer and kind of like ripping stuff apart. I went and sat in his pen, just kind of thinking that maybe he could get like a little used to me or something. The next morning I went out there and I brought him his food. I hung out with him. And then after about 30 minutes, he came over and he put his head on my feet. He really came around and wanted to be loved on by everybody.
Hello. You're just a big lover.
Hank is the cuddliest water buffalo in the world. And if he's upset about something, he'll talk to you.
No.
he loves kids, like loves kids. Hank will lay down and my 2-year-old can like crawl all over him and pet his face. You know, I always have these people that are like, well, you're gonna get hurt. But Hank would never intentionally hurt anybody. We try to set those boundaries to prevent any accidents from happening and such.
Oh, you kiss me so much.
And I always tell them, you guys are the luckiest kids in the world because you have an 1,800-pound brother. I definitely had second thoughts when I brought him home. And then he ended up just being kind of the love of my life. Hank is special. Like, all he really wants is just to be loved. I'm really glad that I brought him home.
And it's time to get into bath. But there's an iguana there. Hi, buddy.
Orf can be more human than iguana sometimes. He needs to be checking on everything we're doing. He loves taking a warm bath whenever he's grumpy. Plus, he has claimed my bedroom as his own. I never expected him to be a cuddler too. But being a normal iguana doesn't apply to Orf. Iguanas usually prefer to coexist at a distance. And most people think they're lazy and hostile. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth. And since we loved reptiles so much, we decided to give Orf a chance. But we didn't expect the bond to grow the way it did. Orf broke the stereotype from the start. When he was cold, he'd just huddle into a blanket. He loves playing tug of war. And on my days off, we've even started sharing meals together. Some people think it's weird, but to me, he's my perfect roommate. We love sitting and watch TV together. Orf seems fascinated by the moving objects on the screen.
Is that you?
So he will always shake his head to communicate with me. It's his way of telling me what he enjoys and what he doesn't.
You like it? Yes, you do.
Orf is a sucker for taking baths. It's like he's at a spa living his best life. So whenever he's moody or grumpy, a mellow dip in some warm water will always do the trick. I knew that getting an iguana would be a bit of a challenge. So we spent weeks researching to make sure he had the best environment possible. And we were on our toes 24/7, but it was worth it. Orf has been such a wonder in my life. I don't see him as an iguana, but rather a best friend.
That's the mellowest iguana I've seen.
And every day with him, it's just like the first.
Samir! I have never in my life seen a cat this tiny. Samir is smaller than a feeding bottle. But he's the biggest boss. If he's after snacks or cuddles, he'll roar non-stop. And if he doesn't get what he wants, you'd better watch out. Honestly, when I first met him, I didn't know if he'd make it. One day, I saw a video of 4 baby kittens. Someone found them in a far-off area. Sadly, they lost their mom and were left all alone. I rushed there immediately, but by the time I arrived, only 2 of them survived, Samir and his brother. They clearly needed help, so I took them to a vet and did all the checkups. But unfortunately, only Samir made it through. That day,
I promised I'll give him everything so he thrives. Every 1 or 2 hours, I'd feed him milk, and I made him the softest bed out of blankets. Over time, he got bigger and stronger, but I could see how cautious he was. When I'd put him on the floor, he'd make a few steps and then freeze. And after every meal, he'd crawl back to his cozy little den. One time, I went to check on Samir, but his bed was empty. My heart dropped, and I started looking for him everywhere, calling, "Samir! Samir!" Just when I thought he was gone,
Samir!
he popped out of the kitchen, ran to me with his little paws, climbed all the way up onto the couch, so proud of himself. And ever since then, he continues to surprise me. He's got so much energy and sass to him. He loves nothing more than sparring with my hands. And once he gets bored, he switches to his hunter mode. Even though Samir is still a baby, his personality is huge. I think he thinks he's a lion. Sometimes he gets too into it, and I'm like, "Man, you better stop." But I love him so much that nothing he does will ever change it. When Samir came around, I honestly doubted if he'd make it. But I'm so happy his strong spirit proved me wrong.
I think a baby is less work than taking care of Yip. If you move like 1 meter or like turn a corner, little Swan is crying for help. Like, "Mom, where are you? Where are you?" She couldn't be alone, not for a second. I can give her head scratches. People, if they see this, they're like, eh. But when some people brought me an egg, we didn't know what to expect. Yip, yip. The volunteers at the animal rescue don't accept eggs. So they brought the egg to me. It took like 20 days and we still hadn't seen anything. I was about to cry for help. We saw a little pick in the egg and we were like, "It's hatching." We were quite happy, also very surprised that it even happened. It was like the size of your hand. From that day, she sees me as mom. Hi. She would crawl up on my belly and just lay here. It was so much work to keep her fed during that period, keep her happy, keep her fresh, keep her clean. But I don't mind. And when she got older, I kind of remember that when I swam away, she would hurry to me. Yip is growing so fast and her behavior is changing as well. Now she's wandering in the pond. Other swans, if you go near them, they will chase you away or attack you. This one just comes by, sits next to me, lays down. It's such a sweet girl. She needs to go back in the wild one day. And I think at one day she's gonna let me know if she's gonna fly away. But I wouldn't trade it for something else. Yipper. It's definitely worth it, where I'm at now.
If you are rescuing or thinking of adopting an exotic animal, please make sure to contact professionals and do your research so that they can have the best life possible.